What's happening, everybody? The Poets here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. And this video is a bit about travel technology. So I'm actually going to Malaysia tomorrow, actually, and therefore I need to be aware of how to power everything. The standards when you go around the world are obviously going to be different or exactly the same. Last month I was in Taipei, Taiwan. Didn't need to worry about this at all. It was just plug and play and everything worked beautifully. But this time I'm going to like Singapore, Penang, basically Malaysia, and so it's based on a different standard. Therefore, I had to be aware of some of the chargers or basically adapters or even converters that I would need to make sure that my cell phones are charged, my backup batteries are charged, laptops definitely, and for the lady, you know, hair dryers and flat irons and all that stuff, it's all kind of different over there and what you can and cannot do. So let's start off with something quick and easy. This one is the World Travel Adapter Kit by Apple. Now, a lot of people are fans of Apple, and Apple does make some good quality stuff. Some things have a lot of restrictions on what you can do. That's another video. All right, but this, if you have an Apple iPhone or a Mac or something like that, you may want to consider something like this. Now, just because it's Apple, yes, you can plug Samsung phones and other better phones than Apple stuff. And so this, wow, it actually kind of comes out upside down, so be mindful of that. So you're going to see a lot of different standards in here. Some of these are going to be very modular, which is kind of cool. So really depending on what part of the world you're going into. So you'll see like really weird standards that you may not be familiar with if you haven't traveled outside of the United States. I highly recommend everybody go travel somewhere. So I'm not going to go into each and every one of these, but the main one that I'm going to need is this one. It's kind of like the biggest one in here. It's the G type. So on the back of this box, it actually has a whole list of countries that, you know, are compatible with this travel kit, and it's a lot. Basically, you get this, you're pretty much good to go in any country you go into for the most part. And if you're going to a country that's not on this list, be safe. All right. So this is a general universal one from Apple. This was $29 straight from the Apple store. They just have it right on the shelf. So if you're kind of late and you didn't order something from Amazon or something, you can just go to Apple stores and just pick this up. Now, of course, the thing is with this Apple device that is very specific to Apple, these things right here slide into the Apple doohickey. So if you don't have this device here where they slide into, and then that's what you plug into, you know, your Apple devices. So some may have USB-C, some are Lightning, some are MagSafe. So there's a whole long list of compatible devices. Just be sure that you have this thing. So unfortunately, it doesn't include it in this box, but if you're an Apple person, you probably already have it. Now let's go on to something a little bit more robust. Now this is by BESTEK. So I did a little bit of research on Amazon, and all these links are going to be down below in the description. All right. This one was pretty highly rated. It does have on here, do not use with like coffee makers, flat irons, curling irons, and hair dryers. Clearly I have to be mindful of that stuff. So let's open this up, and you're going to see something that you might be familiar with. So this looks like a very similar device you may have like underneath your computer or something like that. Has a couple of USB ports, does have a switch. Yeah, very, very convenient, right? And then you have the power plug for that actually will go right here, like normal, right? Nothing odd here. But then you're gonna have all the extra adapters depending on the country you're going to. Now for me, again, going to the Singapore region, let's see if I can take this out. I'm gonna need this adapter here. And so this is fairly lightweight, you know, it's got some meat to it. But yeah, this is actually kind of nice. So you just plug this into the wall when, you know, you're in Singapore or wherever, you know, is practical. And this actually just kind of plugs right into there. So it's a nice little thing, nice little kind of a converter. I don't want to truly say converter, but it makes it so you can just comfortably plug in your stuff wherever, you know, you might be in that region. So this has 4 converters. Yeah, let's just open this one up. Linus, right here, right? And it even comes with like a nice little baggie too. So I will be using this baggie, which is kind of cool, protect everything. And it's really about just being aware of what country you're going to, what standard, like in terms of the voltage, like the 220 and all that stuff, and what devices you're actually able to plug these things into. All right, so just be aware, do a little bit of research, and you'll be perfectly fine. You can always go to a lot of the travel websites and they'll tell you right then and there the country you're going to. Like when I went to Taipei, Taiwan, it was just like, hey, you're coming from the US, you're good. You don't have to do anything. But going to Malaysia, yeah, you need to be aware of all this stuff. All right, cool. So let's set this one aside now. And then for convenience, I bought a couple of these. So these are by Tessan. Tessan, I don't know. But these are very straightforward. So it's pretty much just kind of plug and play. You just plug this right into the wall. It's the G style right here. So this is just for one particular country standard, which Singapore, there's a lot of countries that use this standard, the G standard. It's very popular actually. And then it has all these additional outlets on the side and up top and right up front, USBs. So I have, like I said, a couple of these so that as we're in the hotel room and all that stuff, or just roaming around out and about shooting footage, I can just kind of take one of these with me, plug in and go. So a little more travel friendly than this big one right here, which will probably just kind of stay in the hotel room. These, I'll have probably 2 of them, maybe just one in my bag because there's a lot of different plugs right here. And then I'll be good to go. So overall, if you think you're going to be going to a lot of different countries, try out the Apple one. It's got all the major standards right here. Or if you think you're just going to one particular country, then get something like this, a bit more robust, especially if you think you might be going there, you know, more than once. These are all very affordable, I will say that. So again, link in bio. And of course, thanks for liking, subscribing, supporting, and all that good stuff. And stay tuned for my coverage for Malaysia. Looking forward to that. Thanks everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.